This is a tutorial using Python Turtle Graphics and aesthetically pleasing designs. This is the design that I created. It uses 6 loops and color in those loops to create a nifty this design. Because it takes a while to draw out, I'm going to run it in Python shell and then explain it in PyScript. So, of course, you import turtle and you set the turtle speed to 10 because 10 is the fastest it can go, and as you can see, it still draws pretty slow when it's set to 10 even. As for now, it's drawing the first loop, which is a bunch of different squares, and they are centered around this 0, 0 center point, but they are moved a different number of degrees, both around and away from the center. So I titled the loop that it's drawing now the large loop. I put for I in range, so as long as I is in range of 0 to 60, it will run this entire loop. It's mainly commands of forward and right to N and T plus 1 through 6. The pen size is 1, but I put if statements to change the pen size at specific values of I. It adds a little more to the end design, and it makes it a little more aesthetically pleasing. Still drawing the first loop. It's getting larger because these squares are being drawn larger, but not that far so that the center still gets colored in because of all the lines. That takes a while to draw. Go on and the rest while it draws that. So this is the center loop, or what I call the center loop. When I first started doing it, I realized that when we changed the value of I up here, it completely changed the design. And when we changed the range, it only changed the scale of the design. So it was either a really big, as this one is, or it was just a really small design as my other loops are. So instead of using I used H, gave it 60. I put it H in range of 0 to 60. I put the center. Instead of put the range at -150, -150. And it's starting to draw the center loop right here, which is at 0, 0. And it is merely a bunch of hexes drawn over. As you can see, it changes colors. The reason is because even though I gave the turtle color a value right up top, I left a variable for the red color. So the amount of red in each loop changes colors, and is R plus 1 over 60. When you're doing colors in loops, though, the denominator of the R value at the bottom of the loop cannot be larger than the end value in the range. Otherwise, you get a value for R that is larger than 1, and the color value cannot be larger than 1, so you get an error. It can also not be a negative number. So right now it went into what I call small loop 1, and now it's drawing small loop 2. Small loop 1 through 4 are the exact same, except their colors change and the placements of their center. This one is at negative 150, 150. This one is at positive 150, positive 150. The other two drawn down and have different colors and center values. Throughout 2, I change the green in the color, and I divide it by 150 because the end value at the top is 125, and since 150 is larger, then I will not get an error. Small loop 3, I change the R value, but instead of dividing it by 60 as I did in the center loop, I divide it by 150, which gives me this color to start out. And I also changed the green and blue values. On small loop 4, I changed the blue. I divided by 150 as I did for all the other small loops. Almost done drawing the third one. Loops condense a large amount, small amount, by repeating it through a range. You set your range using the initial and the end value, and it will run it as many times as allowed in the range. Almost done drawing the loop, the final loop, and that is how I created this design using loops and colors in Turtle graphics.